Flight crew, what up? What up? What up? I'm back. Welcome to another flight. Welcome to another stream. I am your host. I am your captain, Phoenix Black Knight, playing this on the Xbox S as in Sam. Welcome aboard, everybody. Welcome back. Finally made it back. On that, we're gonna have some internet problems. Of course we are. Looks like I'm having some internet problems, flight crew. It's just one thing after another today. This does not want me to stream today. Looks like you guys are stuck right there. Hmm. Is this another today? This does not want me to stream today. Oh my! It's my. Yeah. I don't know why my headset stuck right there. Makes you be choppy. Oh, hold on a second. I think we're doing okay, Flight Crew. I think it's gathered itself. I'm just listening to myself right now talk. Apologize. Just making sure we're okay. Sounds like we're okay now, Flight Crew. Yeah, I think we're smoothed out. Flight Crew, welcome aboard. I'm back, Flight Crew. We have not talked for months. It's been a long time overdue. To give you guys a rundown real quick of what's been going on. Headset went out again. I'm actually on the old headset. It's actually working now for some weird reason. And long story short, my Xbox S as in Sam, is just literally just not built to do what we're trying to do, Flight Crew. Uh, Run a live stream camera on it, run 4K off of it, run a Microsoft Flight Simulator off of it, which takes a lot of graphics of itself right there and everything. So the Xbox S is just not built for this. So coming Black Friday, I am gonna get the Xbox X as an X-ray. That is obviously you don't need to explain that to you guys. You guys know what that is. We're gonna have a lot more better experience, I believe, with operating on that platform than we will operating on the Xbox S. I think we'll have a lot better on the Xbox X. Get rid of these glitches and these glitches that we run into. You know, front flips on the runway, runway lights up in the air, not actually on the runway. You know, everything we run into. Plane not responding correctly, what we're trying to do. We can go, the list goes on and on, Flight Crew. So Black Friday, we're gonna get a new headset. This headset that like I said, this is real old school one. This is one that cut out on me just barely. Before we went that big long span of no communication videos, this was the headset. Now we got it up and working again. Changed some settings on the Xbox S. We're not putting 4K out anymore. We're dumbing some things down so it's easy on the bandwidth. So hopefully that works, Flight Crew. But other than that, don't want to sit here and talk forever. So just around Thanksgiving, we'll get the Xbox S up and loaded. I'll get that in the stream. I'll let you guys know when we're rocking the Xbox S. Xbox X. Obviously, I'll let you guys know when we're rocking it. But other than that, let's go ahead and fly. So I tried to upload a video just a couple minutes earlier. Tried to go live, had some problems. Apparently, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if the flight review know this, but the external power switch is disabled now. I don't know when Xbox came up with an update and did that. I don't know when Microsoft did that, but usually when you start up the plane, you hit the external power. That doesn't work anymore. Apparently, you got to hit battery 1 and battery 2. So the last 2 streams I tried doing today, I didn't realize that. I didn't get an update from Microsoft Flight Simulator saying they were taking that away or disabling it. Tried to go in the settings to see if I could find it. Couldn't find it anywhere. So we're going to rock with just, but then I tried turning it on with the batteries and the battery turns on the plane. So with that being said, Flight Crew, let's go into our flight briefing. So we are Southwest 663. There's our flight west plane. There's our level right there. Another thing as well, we do not have real world flights on in the background. That takes a lot of bandwidth as well, and that makes us chop and everything else. So we have AI generic planes going, but they're not the real world flights happening right now as well. So I'll just give you a heads up on that, Flight Crew. So let's go ahead and get our flight assistants on. Make sure our first officer is turned off. First officer is turned off. Perfect. Let's go ahead and go inside the middle of the plane. Let's go ahead and get this plane activated. Like I said, they turned off the external power, so you can't use that button anymore. So what we're going to do is we're going to hit battery 1 and battery 2 now. That should bring the plane to life. That should come down, bring these up as well. Perfect, it did. All right, flight crew, battery 1, battery 2 is on at this time. Let's go ahead and hit APU bleed. We'll hit the APU master. We'll leave the APU start at this time. We Won't hit that this time now. We will turn on the seatbelt sign. No smoking sign. Go ahead and hit the dim light. The dome light. The dim light. We're going to hit the dome light on. It is 9:30 in the morning right now as flight crew. That's the time of our departure, 9:30 in the morning. I went ahead and hit our nav and logo light on at this time. Beacon light stays off at this time. Strobe light, wing light, runway lights, nose lights, and runway lights will all stay off at this time. Let's go ahead and go here. Let's go ahead and get our bright here. But this is our front display panels. This making that bright and our indicator as well. We were just making this one bright. So let's go ahead and get the ATC. Let's start our boarding process. Now let's go to the ground services. Let's go ahead and get the Cleveland ground. I'll request the jetway connection. Doesn't look like it's going to give us fuel supply. So we'll have to do that manually, which is fine. We can do that. They cannot connect the jetway to the aircraft right now. Please try again later. What is going on, flight crew? All right, no jetway, no baggage services. No fuel services. Interesting. I don't know if it's not this airport. What is going on, flight crew? All right. So we'll just do everything like we usually do. So let's get this screen out of the way. Let's go ahead. We're going to go into Baltimore, Maryland is where we're going today. Baltimore. So let's go down to the McDo. Oh, man. If we can get there, right? There we go. Let's go to the McDo. Let's make it bright for a little bit so we see what we're doing. Go ahead and make that bright. Let's go ahead and hit the init page. Let's go ahead and hit that. Let's get my sim brief pulled up here, flight crew. All right, sim brief, got it. Okay, so we are in KCLE, CLE for Cleveland. We're gonna go that. We're gonna go dash. We're gonna go into Baltimore, which is gonna be KBWI. Let's enter that in. There we go. Took return. Our alternate airport on this one is going to be JFK. So we're going to put JFK in there for the alternate airport. So JFK. Come on. There we go. Put that in the alternate. Cost index for today's flight, according to SimBrief, is going to be 12. So let's do 12. Cruise on this flight is only going to be 29,000 feet. Flight climb on this is the flight time on this is actually 53 minutes according to SimBrief. So we're going to put 29,000 feet. It was just 290. Yeah, according to SimBrief flight crew, this is a 51-minute flight. The block time they gave us is an hour and 21 minutes. We'll go over that in a second as soon as we get done setting up the flight plan. So there's that there. Perfect. Let's go ahead and go to the flight plan. We won't do our departure yet because we're going to get that from the ATC tower. So we'll go ahead and just do the approach. So when we go into Baltimore, we're going to hit that. We're going to hit the arrival. SimBrief says we're going to be hitting runway ILS 10. So let's hit ILS 10 with the approach of Anthem. What's this going to be? This right here. Perfect. We'll go ahead and insert that. And then it says we want to go by no transition. Let's enter that in. Perfect. Let's go up here. Let's go flight plan. Oh, excuse me. Flight plan. There we go. Let's do that to 20 real quick. Then this is our approach into Baltimore. That's all we're doing right now. So let's see how it wants us to go in. Looks like we come down. Right there. Looks like we come down, flight crew, loop it around a little bit, and come in straight right there. Bring it in. Okay. Southwest 737s and 738s fly this route, by the way. Like I said, this flight number 663 is a real world Southwest airline flight. This is the flight that it does, and it took off today at 9:30 in the morning, which we're copying now, flight crew. So we got the approach entered into the McDo. That is perfect. So what we're going to do now, since we don't have to worry about anything else, let's go ahead and get the ATC on the line. Let's go back and see where they want us, what runway they want to take off, because we're going to do IFR clearance. This is the best way to play the game, I figured, on the Xbox S, to get the ATC on the line as well. Okay, they want us off at runway 24 left and want us up at 7,000 feet. So let's put in 7,000 feet, 24 left. So now what we do is we go back in the sim brief now, and we'll get 24 left entered in. So let's acknowledge that. 24 left in the sim brief, and we're going to generate that. All right, perfect. Now let's go over here. Flight plan. Here we go. Departures. They want us off of 24 left. Remember that. That's what they just said. So we're going to go off of 24 left, which is right here. 24 left, and sim brief also says we want to take kids out. K kids. Right there. K kids out. K kids out with transition of NUSMM. Got that insert. Hit that in the insert. There we go. Now we got where we're going. Hit flight plan. Now we're matched up with the ATC flight crew. Now we can have ATC on our flight. So let's go ahead and just go through our flight plan here. We're looking right here as I go through the McDo. Look at our waypoints. Let's see what we got. Yep, that looks straight. Oh, let's go back. Zoom out a little bit. We get a better aerial view of what we're looking at. There we go. So we come down here, flight crew. Looks like we can do the fasten seatbelt sign here. I'm going to do the seatbelt sign right here. As soon as we make this turn right here, this one, we'll undo the fasten the seatbelt sign there. We should be okay there for a little bit. And then we start our descent. Yeah, right there's fine. Then we start our descent down in the Baltimore. And then with that descend, we already looked at it. So we're good there. So we'll put this informational map, leave it on ARC. Let's get our distance at 10 nautical range. Perfect. What else, flight crew? We'll go ahead and do that in a little bit. Let's go ahead and get our interior lights, middle console lights. Let's do that. Let's do our terrain comes on, flight directory comes on, our altitude leader, put that on there. Restrictions, heading. We'll do speed, leave that in the managed position for now. Heading, leave that in the managed position because we just created our flight plan. So we'll leave that in the managed position. They want us up to 7,000 feet. Let's go back to our McDo. And let's go to the performance page now because we got the flight plan entered in. We got the departure and we got the approach. Performance page. Now the plane can auto calculate our V speeds. There's our V speeds. Transition 10,000 feet. ATC wants us at 7,000. Let's do 7,000 right there. Let's also hit flaps 1 on takeoff. There's flaps 1. There we go. 7,000 feet. Flaps 1. V speeds 146, 152, 157. Is our V speeds. Transitional altitude is going to be 7,000 feet. We are going up to 29,000 feet. Flight crew, don't forget about that. And then last but not least, let's get our fuel. Since we don't have fuel here, we have to do it manually. Put that in the pounds. There's our fuel, 50%. We're looking right here at this number, 23,442. We're actually going to drop that. Total fuel we need today is 13,027. 13,027 pounds of fuel. Okay, and our total payload is going to be right underneath it. Right now we're at 20,227. We're going to change that, flight crew. Simbri says our payload is going to be 41,170. 41,170 pounds. All right, let's see how close we can get to it. Oh, we're going to have to go right there. Okay. All right, flight crew, got that set up as well. We have no boarding, so we'll just pretend this is just an empty plane. We're just moving it from one airport to the other. But we're still going to go through the motions. So let's ding this one time. Let the crew know we got done building our flight plan. We are getting ready to get our clearance into Baltimore. Let's put this back on the performance page. All right, everything's set, good to go. Let's go ahead and get our ATC. We're up to 7,000 feet. All right. Let's hit the we're going to hit the APU bleed. Sorry about that. APU bleed, let's go here so you can hear it. Let's turn it on. APU's on, APU is green and is available. So come over here so you see that. APU bleed is on, APU master is on, APU available is on. Perfect. Let's slide over here. Let's get our pumps on. Engine 1, engine 2, pumps all go on. Perfect. Beacon light comes on. Let's see if we got a pushback flight crew. Do we have a, we don't even have, do we have a pushback? Ground services? Oh, we do have a pushback. All right, let's zoom outside the plane. Make sure we are clear. We are clear, so let's go ahead and request pushback. Pushback has been accepted. Let's let the flight crew know that we got pushback accepted. Push the call. We can't push the call sign 2 times. Let them know. Here's the call sign. It won't ring. So we're ringing the fast belt seatbelt sign 2 times to imitate the call sign that we're getting ready for pushback. All right, flight crew. Let's do our view about right there. Beacon light is on. We do have our nav and logo light on. Those are only lights we have on at this time. Pushback's been connected, releasing the parking brake. We're going to push the plane to the left. So let's go ahead and start doing that right now. There we go. Let's see if we can get it on that yellow line. That's the most important part. Most important part. I would say the most annoying part is trying to get that right on that yellow line, man. Man, I wish they had GSX for Xbox S. Well, they would just do this for you. Okay, push back to stop. There we go. That's not bad, right? That's not bad at all. Let's jump back into the cockpit. Parking brake is set. Engine mode, it's in the normal position. Let's put it in the start position. Let's go ahead and get rid of the screen. We don't need that anymore. Let's go up and look, make sure we verify everything. Beacon light is on. Yep. Engine pumps are on. Perfect. Look over here. Ground crew's out from under the plane. We're going to go ahead and start engine 2. Oh, I should have do this. Sorry, flight crew. Zoom in, you can see this. Engine 2 is holding at 20% and is available. Flight crew, let's go ahead and start engine 1. While engine 1 is coming up, let's go ahead and get our lights ready for taxi. Runway lights come on. Nose light goes to the taxi position. That's about it. Beacon light stays on. Nav and logo light stays on. Strobe light does not come on at this time yet. Landing light stays in the restricted position. Engine 1's at 1%. Perfect. Let's calibrate our joystick. Look to the left. Let's go ahead and go forward. Let's go center. Back. Center. Left. Let's go center. Right. Center one more time. We'll go back this time. Center. Forward. Center. Let's go to the right. Center. Left. Center. Perfect. Joystick's been calibrated. Let's check our flaps. Flaps already down to 100%. Spoilers, ground spoilers as well. Bring those up and armed as well. Let's come up here as well. We don't need the APU on anymore. APU bleed can come off. APU master comes off. Turns off the APU start. Perfect. Let's go ahead and turn off our dome light. Don't need that on anymore. Dome light is off. Flaps all the way down. Perfect. Bring those up to 5% for takeoff. Flaps 1. Ground spoilers, let's get those disarmed for this time being. Engine mode from the start position back to the normal position. Taxi brakes, let's put those on max. We are ready to taxi, flight crew. Let's go ahead and get our clearance for a taxi from the ATC. Let's go back. Ready for taxi. Runway 24 left, which we already put into McDill. Perfect, flight crew. Let's acknowledge. We're going to taxi. Let's get rid of this. First officer can do the communications going forward. Turn on the first officer. And then as well as let the flight crew know that we're about ready to taxi. We'll ding seatbelt sign. Perfect. Looks like they want to go behind. To go. Oh, they want a short right there. Weird flight crew. Alright, ready flight crew, let's go. Engines up. Releasing parking brake. Forward momentum. A little bit touchy, flight crew. Why is it so touchy today? What's going on with the internet? I can already tell this is going to be a fun flight. The fact it took so long for it to load, as in, it took so long for me to get it properly load for the stream. Oh man, flight crew, this is going to be fun. Let's make a right here. Do we have any generic planes flying today? It does suck that we can't have the real world ops going on as we fly as well. This is too much bandwidth, but hey, Black Friday's coming quick. We'll get the Xbox X up in here and we'll get it rolling. See, like that, we won't have that problems with the Xbox X. To see that little right there, see that problem right there? That is a graphic problem the Xbox S is having, so we hopefully won't have that problem anymore when we switch over to the Xbox X. And all these minor other glitches. I don't see any AI flights, unfortunately. I mean AI. Yeah, well, we don't have AI turned on. Generic flights. Nothing yet. Is it pulling to the right? Alright. Not bad weather, flight crew. While we're taxiing, let's go over our sim brief. I know I'm out of rhythm going live. We used to have it all down where we had everything down, so let's go over sim brief, flight crew. Let's go over while we're taxiing so you guys know exactly what we're doing going on. Like I said, we're Southwest. Flight number 663 leaving Cleveland, going into Baltimore, Maryland. Guess you can't do this in taxi. on a straightaway, but this is us right here. We'll go over our cruising altitude briefing. This is not a good load on the X. Box S, I'm really over it. Over it. Can't wait for the X to come. You never know what flight you're gonna get with the load. It's gonna be a good one, touchy one, if it's even gonna load, period. What's not gonna work, what is gonna work. Is it gonna give you the full flight or what cut off on you? Over it. 24 left, flight crew, this is us. First officer's already on the radio with the tower. Parking brake is set. Altimeter 29.71. We just got cleared for takeoff. Runway lights off. Landing lights go to the on position. Nose light goes to the on position. Wing lights on. Strobe light comes on at this time as well. Let's come down here. Ground spoilers up and armed for takeoff. Flaps still stay at flaps 1. Brakes still stay on max. Let's go ahead and get our stopwatch. Stopwatch is activated. Correct. There's our famous 2 seconds. Releasing parking brake. Giving the engine some power. We are moving forward. Flight crew, prepare for a rolling takeoff. Our flight crew, engines 40%. Engines at 40 and holding. Look down on the lever, going up alive, coming down the same way. Look to the right, engine flex. Knots. 120, we're committed. V1, rotating 15 degrees. Flight crew, positive climb, we're going gears up. There's gears up. Still climbing, let's get our nose up 20 degrees now. Let's get on flight path. It's gonna want us to go to the left. Still in flex. Gotta go to the left. Let's go to lever. Put it in the climb position. Can't show your flight crew. We gotta follow our flight plan. Follow our flight directory. Our throttle's in the climb position. We are still flaps 1. Oh, wants us to straighten out a little bit. Let's straighten out, flight crew. Go. So as we make a little more of a left, we'll go ahead and get the flaps up so we'll gain more speed. I'm happy with that. Let's go. Autopilot about ready to get engaged. Let's go about right there. Flight crew, autopilot. Perfect. We're going to go 210 knots. 207. Let's go 207 knots. Just till we get around this turn. Passing right now 5,600 feet. Remember, our initial climb is 7,000 feet. Is what they want us to climb and start our transition. Performance page. Yep, perfect. Initial climb was 7,000 feet. Look at that. Look at that down there, flight crew. Look at that green, Cleveland. You are green. Like that. Flight crew, I like that right there. Let's go ahead and go clean flaps on that. Do our speed. We're gonna go 250 knots. 250 knots is entered. We're gonna get ATC on the line. We gotta get our change our altitude. We're going up. We gotta get up to 29,000 feet. $17,000 feet. Put that in the managed position. We got to get our altitude, increase altitude again. Our cruising altitude is going to be 29,000 feet. So let's go here. Increases us to 24. We got to increase it by another 5. We'll get to 29,000 feet. Do it one more time. 5,000 more feet. Increase. No. Right now we're at 8,500 feet. After it gets down there. Speed. Let's put that in the managed position. 9,600 feet. Lights come on. Landing lights go to the off position. Nose light goes to the off position as well. Wing light comes up to the off position as well. Let's ring the flight crew. Let them know we're above 10,000 feet. We can release them now. They are released. We're gaining speed. We're going to go up to 325 knots. Altimeter 290 versus 75 now. Alright, increase altitude. Oh, man. We need to increase it by 5,000 feet right here. There we go. 29,000 feet. Verify that. We go to the inner page. 290. Perfect. Performance page. Yeah. Where's the sign? Cloudy, flight crew. That is cloudy. Coming up on 16,500 feet. Remember, we're climbing up to 17,000 right now. Turbulence is at 63 knots, blowing from, looks like we're going from the east to the west. $17,000 feet is entered. We just hit it. Going down to 29,000 feet now. Alright, flight crew, we are above 18,000 feet, which means our altimeter can go in the standard position. Holding 320 knots, that's perfect. Still climbing at 29,000 feet. Don't forget that is our cruising altitude. Passengers are not released yet. Crew is released. Climbing rate, flight crew. Our climbing rate is 2,100 feet per minute right now. Cleveland Center is contacting first officer right now, letting us know the continuous plan. Nice climb so far, flight crew. Nice climb. The wind right now is blowing from the right of the plane to the left of the plane, east to the west. Looks like we're at 73 knots right now. Not bad crosswind. Alright, ground spoilers, they can get disarmed now. We're up and away, perfect. Lights, everything's good there. Flight crew, we're good there. Distance on our nautical range, we're out to 20, which is where I like it. Was with like informational map, we're at ARC, we're perfect there. Let's turn these up a little bit. All up all the way up. See what we're doing. Alright. Coming up on 26,000 feet, flight crew. We have 3,000 feet more to go. See how sharp that turn is we got coming up. Like, yeah, that's as soon as we make it past this right here, this is where we're going to release the seatbelt sign. We'll put you straight there all the way down till we get to our descent. And we're almost there, so, well, we spread it out a little bit. But, yeah. As soon as we get past that turn, we'll release the seatbelt sign. We just got to our cruising altitude, 29,000 feet. Our speed is dropping to our cruising altitude speed, which should be around 280 knots, I believe, or 290. There's 29,000 feet right there. Perfect, flight crew. Since we're on our cruising altitude, let's go ahead and go over our cruising altitude flight briefing, where we just go over sim brief. I got it pulled up here. Let's go ahead and go over it so you guys know what we're looking at, what to expect when we approach into Baltimore. So with us being Southwest Airlines 663 leaving out of Cleveland going into Baltimore, our alternate airport if need be is JFK. We are in the Airbus 320neo. SimBrief has this arrival time at 51-minute flight time. Gives us a block time, gives us arrival air time at 53 minutes. The block time is an hour and 21 minutes if need be. Cruising altitude, like I mentioned, is 29,000 feet because passengers are not free to move out the cabin. Not yet. We're going to wait till we make a bank here on the left. Then we'll release the passengers. Cruising cost index is going to be 12. A distance we're flying is 336 nautical miles. Wind is According to Sim Brief, it's going to be 68 knots. Right now, like I mentioned before, what were we at? We were at 73. So pretty close there. Passengers on board, we have 179 passengers on board that we're taking into Baltimore. Bulk fuel we have on board is 13,027 pounds. And cargo is 9,845 pounds. And our total payload, which we entered in, you guys remember, is 41,170 pounds. When we were in Cleveland, we took off a runway 27 left. We meant to put that in the McDo. You guys saw that. We took off a runway 27 left. When we go down into Baltimore, as of now, they have us down on ILS runway 10 with the transition down into Anthem. Is the transition down into Baltimore if it stays that way, flight crew. Other than that, flight crew, that is it. You guys have been briefed. I've been briefed as well. ATC's on the line. ATC's running so far. Nothing crazy on the stream. Nothing crazy on the plane or the game. Everything's been running smooth other than they disenabled the external power. I don't know when they did that. I'll have to go check my emails. I really didn't see them say you can't start your plane up with the external power anymore. But we turned it on with the batteries. Perfectly fine. We're holding 290 knots. It looks like we're still holding 29,000 feet. Everything's looking good. Flight crew, no warnings. We are good. So I'm going to hit my microphone on mute. Enjoy the ATC. Enjoy the sounds of the game. And I'll see you guys on this end. And don't forget, we'll do our seatbelt sign right after this turn ramp. So I'll see you guys then. Flight crew, I'm back. At the top of our descent, our speed is dropping down right now to 240 knots. So that's going to be our descent speed right now. So just waiting for ATC to tell us what we should drop down to. Not a bad flight so far. Like I said, not a lot of turbulence. The load's been all right, unfortunately, except for the ATC at the beginning. Hopefully that was just a bad load where we don't get the fuel. At the very beginning, when we're down at the gate on the ground, we don't get the fuel truck or anything like that. I don't know. It's the default airport. Should offer everything. So I'll have to play around with after I get done flying. Other than that, great flight so far. A little bit of cloud coverage, but we're now going into clear sky right now. Looks like we have some cloud coverage coming in. Alright, flight crew, they want us down 19,000 feet. Seatbelt sign comes on. 19,000 feet is entered. Plane is descending. Perfect. 5,600 feet, flight crew. Still descending down to 19,000 feet. Still holding 240 knots as well. Our descent rate right now, let's zoom in so you can see it. Looks like our descent rate is 2,100 feet per minute right now. Wind is blowing from the tail of the plane to the nose of the plane, blowing at 72 knots right now. Our flight crew, they want us down to 9,000 feet. There's 9,000 feet is in. Descent rate right now is 1,000, looks like 1,900 feet per minute right now, flight crew. $17,800 feet altimeter. Gonna put that back on to 9.75. Comes our approach speed. Our approach speed is going to be 200 knots. Looks like we're We have it in managed position. Our speed's in the managed position. Looks like it's dropping us down to 200 knots now, flight crew. So when we get down to below 215, we'll drop it down to flaps 1. Perfect. Activate flaps 1. Now I'm going to take over my throttle, flight crew. I'm going to put this at 200 knots. Nautical range, I pulled up from 20 within the 10. Three zeros decimal 01 is the altimeter for approach. Right now we're at 14,900 feet, still getting down and descending down to 9,000 feet, flight crew. Flight crew, look to the right. We're on flaps 1. We're going to go ahead and put our lever. We're going to put that by the ER. We're ready for the reversers and killing the engines on approach and final. And left. Baltimore, Maryland flight crew. Look at that. Baltimore. Look at all that water right there. What is our approach fight, bro? I don't know. This is one-way approach, 1,500 feet, or yeah. 30.02. Landing lights coming up to 10,000 feet. Landing lights come on. Nose light goes on in the takeoff position. Let's go wing lights. Strobe light stays on as well. 10,000 feet. Let's let our flight crew know. Ring the bell one time that we're going below at 10,000 feet. Pulling our speed back to 180 knots now. Flaps 2. Hitting approach. Flaps 3. Flaps full. Where is this runway? Oh, that's no way. Flight crew, how do they expect us to make that runway right there? It's right there. I think. Yeah, we are 1,500 feet. We should be at 1,500 feet right now. Well, one of those loads. This is exactly why I told you, flight crew, we need the Xbox X to stop stuff like this. Why are we at 9,000 feet when our airport's right there and we should have 1,500? So, what we're going to do is we're going to go like this. Okay. Let's get down. We're going to go flaps 3. We're going 180 knots. We're going to get down to 4,000 feet. Oh, hold on. 2,500 feet is what they want us at. How are they acting like we didn't miss the approach? Yeah, that's weird. I'm going to speed our speed up to 200 knots. There we go. Put our flaps back up to flaps 1. Alright, we're going to try this again. So, let's go. We're going to have to do our approach again. Let's see what the plane is doing first. What is it doing? Where is it taking us? This is the question. I was going to re-enter in our approach, but where? First off, where is it taking us? See a flight plan, so I'm going to enter it back in and have us go to their flight crew. That's what I'm going to do. So, going in ILS 10 with Anthem. So 10 with Anthem. Where is it taking us? So let's see if we can do that whole approach again. So if we go to in it. Flight plan. LS 10. Insert. No trans, right? No trans. Okay, that's to bring it back up again. There we go, flight crew. That's to bring it back up. Okay. Put us back on the approach. But we got to get down to 2,500 feet. So let's get down to 2,500. Still holding 200 knots. We're still flaps 1. We can get approach activated at this time. Nope, not right now. It's going to line us up with the runway. We're not close enough for it yet. Where's our descent right now? Come on, that's descent. There we go. We're only descending at 800 feet per minute. We need to descend faster than that. So I hit the descend button again. Looks like now we're going down. Looks like we're doing about 1,800, 1,900 feet per minute. Perfect. We got to get down to 2,500 feet. Well, that's what I'm talking about, flight crew. We gotta get the Xbox X. We stop running into these little hiccups. Just a nice, smooth flight like everybody else does on YouTube. Everybody else has nice, smooth flights. Why not us? 5,600 feet, flight crew. I hope my internet's not staticky on you guys like it always is. Too. That's another thing we'll get on the Xbox X. We won't have that static every time we approach an airport. We won't have that crazy static. So Black Friday, Xbox X, it's coming our way. 3,500 feet. We're descending down to 2,500. At this time, now we can hit approach. As soon as we straighten out, pull our speed back, get into approach speed. Hopefully we're farther enough away out. I was thinking about going one more vector out just to be safe, but we'll see how this plays out, flight crew. Pulling the speed back to 180. Pull these wings back, flaps it down, flaps 3, let's just see where it puts us. Where does flaps 3 put us? Oh, there's our runway. Dropping our speed back 137. Dropping gears. We got clearance to land. Ground spoilers are up and on. Flaps are full. Runway lights on. Wing lights off. Auto brakes are on medium. Speed is dropping to 137 knots, which is what we entered in here. I'm taking over the plane. We are a little bit high. My plane. My approach. One thousand feet. Turn this up a little bit. Fly it in, flight crew. Let's fly it in. All right, flight crew, let's bring it in. Beautiful. Nose down gently. Bam. First is going. Both sides you can see it. Nice job, flight crew. Nice job to save that flight. Auto brakes are off. Reversers are off. We will turn next taxiway. Flight crew, good job to save that flight. Good job. We re-entered in our approach. Was able to get back on path. We were able to get back down to 2,500 feet. Great job. Instead of just abandoning the flight, we got down. Perfect. Navlog, 55-minute flight. 55 minutes. We'll see what flight sim brief says, what we had to beat. Where is the... We gotta take the runway. Yeah. Alright, let's get off the runway here. We'll contact ground. Perfect, flight crew. Let's get this straight real quick. Give it a little bit of speed. APU bleed comes on. APU comes on. Let's do that. Let's clean up the flaps. Flaps go to flaps 1. Ground spoilers get disarmed. Auto brake is on high. Landing lights. Port of restricted position. Then go straight again. Goes to the taxi position. Strobe lights come off. Once again, good flight crew. Good job. Slow the plane down a little bit. We gotta get ground on the line. Taxi the gate. There we are. Nav light off. Oh, nav light on. Runway lights, taxi light off. Oh my goodness, man. This is why you have a first officer. This is us. Last but not least. Runway lights off. So once again, you guys, if you're playing Microsoft Flight Simulator, external power does not work, I don't think, to turn on the plane. You gotta use your batteries. So just remember that. Oh, there goes the stutter right there. I can't wait to the Xbox S and we get rid of that stutter. The Xbox X is coming, you guys. We won't get that stutter. Alright, wants to stop. Parking brake set. Engines to neutral. Beacon light off. Flaps up. Master alarm is off. Good flight crew, like I mentioned. Good flight. Engine 1, turn it off. ATC's on the line. Ground services. Look, there's Quest power supply right there. Look at that. Interesting. Engine 2. Package services. catering services. And power supply. Oh look, there's external power. It's on now. Interesting. Alright, flight crew, that was it. That's the flight from me. Just listen to the APU turn off. That was a good flight. Let's recap the flight real quick. Let's recap the flight. Takeoff was great. Cruise was great. Descent was great. Landing was great. Other than the approach. The approach is the only problem we had. They had us at 9,000 feet. We should have been at 2. That was a weird load. I don't understand about that, flight crew. I don't know what to say about that. Hopefully that doesn't happen on our flight tomorrow. Hopefully that was just a glitch. But like I said before, hopefully the headset worked. Hopefully we didn't have that stutter. Just at that one point taxiing the gate, we had the stutter with the internet. Like I mentioned, we won't have that problem before when we switch to the Xbox X. We won't have that problem, hopefully, going forward, flight crew. But thanks for sticking with me. Thanks for being here. I am Phoenix Black Knight. I am out of here, you guys. I will see you guys tomorrow. We will be flying out of where we're at now. We'll be flying, going to, I don't know where we're going, but we'll be flying out of Baltimore. I think we're probably going into New York or something like that. So we'll see that. But other than that, flight crew, have a good night. Have a blessed night. And I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Phoenix Black Knight. I'll see you later.